Hi, and welcome to another interview with the Olde Town Arvada Park Bench interview series. I'm Colin, a local realtor here, and I'm here with Loren,
Hello.
the owner of Rheinlander Bakery here in Olde Town Arvada. So, Loren, really just want to learn a little bit about the bakery today. If you want to just tell us the basics of Rheinlander and how it got started.
Yeah. This is actually our 60th anniversary this year. It started, the owners that my husband and I took over from, his parents actually started it. They came from Germany and had a bakery in Chicago and then moved here and started this bakery. And they ran it for many years. And then Ed and Morrow, the owner's son and his wife, took it over. And I started working for them then in 2011. And my husband and I took over 2 years ago when they retired. So it's been in two different families, but been a family-owned business for the last 60 years.
That's so cool. So both you and your husband are running it now?
Yes, yeah.
That's great. And you mentioned that the original people came from Germany, I assume. I noticed there are lots of European kind of influence. Is that
Yes.
part of your baking style, or?
Absolutely, yeah. And we have, we're a German bakery, but in America. So we have cupcakes and, more of the American style treats. But we have strudel, we do Stollen at Christmas, we have Nussecken, pizza, poppy seed rolls. We do a lot of the traditional things as well. And we even have a very traditional Greek baklava because Maro was from Cyprus. So we have her dad's recipe of baklava. So we have definitely a lot of traditional European and then some things that are more just European influence, and then also just some things that we come up with on our own, that our staff come up with, that we go ahead and make. So it's a big variety.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And what about your origins with baking? I mean, what got you into it in the first place?
So when I was in high school, I did the Warren Tech culinary program because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to pursue English or pursue baking, and I figured that would be a good way to test it out, and I really enjoyed it. So I went to Johnston & Wales then after high school and got an associate's in baking and started working here right after, and just knew that I had really found what I wanted to do. And I always loved the idea of working for a small family-owned business where I could contribute ideas and see it happen. And now that I own it, that's something we still really encourage of our staff. My favorite part of owning it, I would say, is we have a lot of regulars that we see over the years, and also people who even just repeat for certain holidays. And it's really cool to see people come at Christmas and get coffee cake or strudel that they're going to be enjoying with their family on Christmas morning. The previous owners, that was a big value for them, is a lot of community involvement, especially with the really local organizations, because we work with the food bank here in Arvada too. And it's just it's nice to connect with customers that way too, and it raises a lot of awareness as well. So
yeah, that's great, and I'm sure that helps get people into the bakery too, and it's got to feel good too, knowing that it's going to a good place.
For sure, it's nice, yeah. And when it's really local too, you can see the effect, I feel in a lot more real time.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I feel like we were just talking about earlier, is the local business part of this little area. Olde Town Arvada has a lot of that going, so it's really cool you guys give back. What is something that customers may not know about Rheinlander that you'd like to share?
We offer, other than regular traditional baked goods, we do a lot of alternative baking as well, which we've actually done for a long time. Morrow, one of the previous owners, had celiac disease, and she also was a cancer survivor, so she made a lot of adjustments to her diet upon figuring all of that out. And they started doing gluten-free long ago when it was not nearly as mainstream as it is now, so they've been honing it in for years. And we did a lot of we introduced the sugar-free as well, and then started figuring out, people who are gluten-free a lot of the time need dairy-free as well, and did that. And then a few years ago, we started detected that vegan was on the up and up as a trend for food too, and introduced that. So we have low-carb options, vegan options, dairy-free options, gluten-free. We try to cover it so that most people, even if they have a lot of allergies, can find at least one thing that they can eat. So that way it's not disappointing to walk in and have all your friends or all your family giving treats and there's nothing you can have.
Yeah, I can imagine that. It's going to be inclusive.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with what everyone's finding out about, or people making their own dietary restrictions too.
Totally, yeah.
So,
some voluntary, some involuntary, but either way, yeah.
Either way, you definitely want to have a nice sweet treat or a baked good sometimes. So
yeah, for
it's
sure.
cool you guys get back to that as well. Is there a favorite pastry or item in there that you like to snack on sometimes?
I really love eating the vanilla cream horns. That's always been my favorite. Just puff dough wrapped up in a spiral with sugar filled with buttercream, but I love it. I really I love making the strudels though. I love eating the strudel too, but it's a favorite thing to make. It's just fun. It looks really aesthetically pleasing when it's done.
I have to admit, I was eyeing the strudels when I was in there.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so come check out Rheinlander Bakery in Olde Town Arvada. Again, I'm Colin, and we met with Loren today, and thanks for coming by.